Actually, my mom just collapsed. I have to accompany her, so we'll just have to call off the ceremony.
On the morning of our wedding day, my boyfriend Henry called to tell me that his mother had fallen ill. What kind of condition is mother in?
She suddenly collapsed and she's unconscious. Harper, can you please contact the venue to cancel?
I'm on my way, so let me know which hospital.
Well then, the ambulance is on its way.
Henry hung up on me before he could tell me about the hospital to which his mother was being transported. I sent a message asking him to let me know, but he has not responded. It was so sudden that I didn't know where to start, and I thought about many things. Should I contact the venue first and cancel? But if his mother's life is in danger, I have to head there immediately. As I froze, clutching my phone, it rang again. I heard the person on the other end of the line and got confused. Judy? My name is Harper, and I'm a 28-year-old office worker. I have a boyfriend that I have been dating since high school. His name was Henry, a bright and gentle guy who I felt at home with and had always dreamed of marrying. We have been together for almost 10 years now. For about a year, I had been talking to Henry about getting married on our 10-year anniversary. And yet, Henry kept saying,
Yes, I'll think about it.
And all I get is a lukewarm reply. He has not been very forthcoming with me about getting married. We originally planned to live together after college, but
if I live with you, I'm afraid I'm going to get spoiled and sloppy. So can you wait a bit until I'm on my own first?
I was told that and got refused to live with him. At the time, I was convinced by Henry's argument, but looking back, it is an excuse that I don't really understand. It is indeed unsettling that we have been together for almost 10 years and he's still unsure about marriage. Once we decided to have a serious discussion, I called Henry to my house for the holidays. I've been saying for a while now that I want to get married.
Uh-huh. Of course I'm thinking about it too.
Can you just say it aloud and not just think?
Well,
That is, if you don't intend to get married, break it off. If you intend to get married, decide here and now. He gave a small nod when I said this much and proposed. To be honest, I had dreamed of a romantic proposal, but since it's Henry, who is a bit of a wimp, I gave up on the idea. We finally decided to get married, and things progressed a lot from there. First, we went to his parents to report our marriage. I am quite close with them, having known them since high school. My parents moved overseas after I graduated from high school, so my in-laws felt responsible for taking care of me. My in-laws were happy that I finally came to report our marriage. I called my parents to inform them too. From then on, everything went smoothly, from the meeting dinner with both families, to the purchase of the rings and the search for the wedding venue. My mother-in-law worked in the bridal industry, so with her advice, we were able to quickly decide on the wedding venue. We also planned to invite our relatives and a few friends and co-workers to the reception. I was very happy, but Henry seems to dwell on it more and more. We had been talking about marriage for some time, but I thought he was anxious because I had suddenly suggested it. Henry, are you okay?
What?
You keep looking down and thinking about something. Anxious to get married?
Oh, it's not like that. Just a little.
What's wrong? If you have a problem, I'm here to listen.
No, it's about work. It's okay.
No matter how many times I asked, Henry would not tell me what was bothering him. I had heard that men can have marriage blues too, so I thought he might have had that. To reduce Henry's workload as much as possible, I took over the wedding preparation so that he would have more time for himself. Finally, it's the morning of the wedding day. Henry was scheduled to bring his parents to the ceremony. As I was getting ready to leave, my phone rang. I looked at the screen and saw that it was an incoming call from Henry. What's wrong?
Still home, right?
Yes, I was just getting ready to leave.
Actually, my mom just collapsed suddenly.
What? Your mother? Is she okay?
I'm waiting for an ambulance right now. I have to chaperone, so we'll just have to call off the ceremony.
What kind of condition is mother in?
She suddenly collapsed and she's unconscious. I'm sorry, Harper, but could you please call the venue to cancel?
I'm on my way, so let me know which hospital.
Well then, the ambulance is coming now.
Henry hung up on me before he could tell me about the hospital to which his mother was being transported. I sent an email to him asking him to let me know about the hospital, but he has not responded. It was so sudden that I didn't know where to start, and I thought about many things. If the wedding is getting cancelled, should I contact the venue first? But if his mother's life is in danger, I have to head there immediately. As I froze clutching my phone, it rang again. It was so startled that I almost dropped my phone, caught it, and rushed to answer the call. Good morning, Harper. Did you sleep well last night? It's time to head to the ceremony, and I'll help you change your dress. I heard his mother's voice, which was the same as usual, which made me confused. Judy? Yeah, it's me. Oh, are you still sleeping? I was in a rush to answer the phone and hadn't looked at the screen, but when I did, I saw that the call was from Henry's mother. When Henry said his mother fell down and had to be transported, what was that about? As I was thinking about it for a moment, when I heard Henry's voice in the background.
Oh, Mom, so you are here. You know, about the ceremony. Are you on the phone with someone right now?
I'm on the phone with Harper.
What? On the phone with Harper? Wait, Mom. Give me the phone.
With that, Henry seems to forcefully take the phone from his mother.
Oh, Harper? Oh no, it's about my mother.
What the hell is going on? Are you saying that your mother having collapsed was a lie?
No, I wasn't lying. I was surprised too, but she recovered quickly. There was nothing weird. She's totally fine. So, did you cancel the ceremony?
I had no idea what the lie was for or why, but all I could tell was that he didn't want to have a wedding. You didn't have to lie like that if you didn't want to have a wedding with me.
That's not what I meant. It's not...
Can you give the phone to your mother? By the looks of it, you're lying to your parents too.
No, I will explain that properly.
Of course I will let you explain. We don't have time for this, so give it quickly. He reluctantly gave the phone to her, as if it's been decided that he couldn't get away with it. For Henry to tell me that his mother had collapsed and that they were going to the hospital, and to be asked by him to cancel the ceremony because we had no choice. I explained all these things to her. When she heard my story, "Is it true that you lied about me falling ill and tried to cancel the ceremony?" she confronted Henry. I couldn't tell over the phone, but I'm sure Henry was nodding silently. After a short pause, I heard a loud sigh from his mother. "I'm sorry. We'll do what you want us to do. What do you want to do, Harper?" "Right. I will cancel the ceremony because we are no longer in a condition to do so." Well, I'm really sorry. I then discussed it with her and contacted the invited guests and the ceremony venue to inform them of the cancellation. It was painful to tell my parents, who came all the way from overseas. Since they still don't know the truth, I just explained to my parents that we had a miscommunication. After getting the word out, I headed to Henry's parents' house in the late afternoon. When I arrived at their house, Henry was being reprimanded by his father. Before our discussion, his parents got down on their knees and apologized to me.
We had no idea our son was such an idiot. We are truly sorry.
I asked them to raise their heads. Henry kept looking down and made no attempt to apologize, even though his parents did so because of him. You don't apologize?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why did you lie about your mother falling ill?
It is...
Keeping quiet won't solve anything, though.
I could be making $30 million a year.
Not only I, but his parents were also stunned by what he said. I don't understand this at all.
She's going to make me an employee, and for that reason, we had to cancel the ceremony.
Wait! Explain everything from the beginning. That said, Henry began to explain what he meant bit by bit. About a year after he started working, he met the daughter of the president of a major company, who was an acquaintance of his friend. The president's daughter liked Henry and said, "If you go out with me, I will put you in my father's company." His employee's annual income is $30 million. This was a great opportunity for Henry, who was not doing well at his job and was considering a career change. He said that he had been dating the president's daughter while dating me without thinking too much about it. This means that they have been having an affair for about 5 years. I checked Henry's phone on the spot when I heard about the affair. Then I found many photos of his date with a beautiful woman. They were pictures of beautiful scenic hotels and beaches, and they seemed to have fun.
I went out with her like she told me to, but she wouldn't let me into their company for a while. You were pressuring me to get married, and I didn't know what to do.
You should have left me and go to the boss's daughter, right?
I don't want to. She's selfish and egotistical. If I were to marry, I would prefer you. So the plan was to leave as soon as they let me into the company and marry you.
I don't understand. The wedding was cancelled, but you already submitted the marriage certificate.
About that, I haven't actually submitted it.
What's that? What do you mean? Since we were on a tight schedule from the time we decided to get married until the ceremony, Henry took care of the marriage license, and I was making preparations. Henry told me that he had submitted the marriage certificate without having really sent it in. I can't believe he lied to me all those years ago, and even lied about getting married. I could only sigh in dismay.
Because I could have made $30 million a year. With that much, you could be a stay-at-home mom, and the money would be nice to have too.
I don't want to be a housewife, and there is no way he could get $30 million in the first place. I'm sure that the president's daughter is playing with Henry, who doesn't know things just for fun. I'd rather have a man who doesn't cheat on me than a man who makes a lot of money. Henry's eyes widened when I said this. Then his face turned grim.
That's enough. I've been working hard for you.
Huh? For me? What do you mean by working hard? You just enjoyed cheating.
Yes. You narrow-minded person wouldn't know what I'm going through. Because I'm going to tie the knot with her and make $30 million a year. You can't come back to me just because I have money.
I will never go back to a guy like you. I told him that and left their house. His parents kept their heads down until the very end. I don't really care about anything else anymore, but I was disappointed that I could no longer be a family with his wonderful parents. 10 days later, I received a phone call from Henry. I realized that I had forgotten to reject the call because I didn't want to think about him. However, curious as to what the call was about, I picked up the phone. The caller, Henry, was whimpering and crying, and started talking about how he had been dumped by the president's daughter. Sure enough, he was being played with. The president's daughter has another man she is dating, and she wanted to tease Henry, who had been his girlfriend's sole focus since high school. So she lied about making him an employee who earns $30 million a year and teased him for having the affair. She said that she was satisfied that Henry and I had broken up, and she told him that everything was a lie and dumped him. The president's daughter who makes fun of people is disgusting, but I have no more love for him after he betrayed me by believing a lie that anyone could have figured out.
I'm really sorry. This time around, I realize that you're the only one for me. We've known each other for a long time, right? Let's start over again.
Last time, you said it was impossible even if I tried to come back to you.
That was just something I said because you were being hard on me.
I have absolutely no intention of getting back together with you, so don't call me again. I hung up and blocked calls from him. The wedding and the reception were cancelled on the day of the wedding, so the cancellation fee was 100%. Since Henry was the cause of the cancellation, his parents paid the cancellation fee instead. Angered by what Henry had done, they kicked him out of their house, treating the cancellation fee as a goodbye gift. Henry left his workplace at the same time we broke up. I heard him say boldly that a seat had been prepared for him as the next president of the major company he would be joining. As a result, he could not even join the company, let alone take that seat. But I'm glad he left the company. It was explained that the reason the ceremony was cancelled was because of Henry's infidelity. He will have no credibility at all in the company, because he has been caught cheating for 5 years on his girlfriend of almost 10 years. He would have eventually resigned, even if he had stayed with the company. It just would have been sooner. He had also bought a new suit, watch, and shoes, saying he wanted to dress like a rich man. Those were purchased at the high-end store introduced to him by the president's daughter, and he had to incur considerable debt just to pay for them. Debt is not only thing. There is also compensation for me. We were able to prove the affair after the engagement, so I was able to claim alimony from Henry. It is not that expensive, but for Henry, who has lost his job and is in debt, it is far from what he can afford. He currently lives in an $800 per month apartment and has a part-time job. He is looking for a full-time job while paying off his debts. However, it doesn't seem to work at all, perhaps because he once dreamed of a $30 million annual income. I had no intention of fighting with the president's daughter for Henry. I was disgusted with his affair partner, but I thought it would be a long process if I had to demand alimony from her as well. The lawyer I consulted also told me it would be difficult, so I gave up. But the woman was also punished. Her father found out that she had been tricking Henry by lying to him about giving him a job at her father's company. She had been receiving a monthly allowance of hundreds of thousands of dollars from her father, but that allowance is now gone. The money she had and her credit cards were all confiscated. She has now been evicted from her home and is being forced to work in a subsidiary company, which is a factory. Although it is a subsidiary, The plant manager is an old friend of the president and has known her since she was a baby. The factory manager knows what is going on, and he says he is going to set her straight, and he's being very strict with her. I heard about this from Henry's parents. It seems that the father, the president of the company, came to their house himself to apologize for the damage Henry had suffered because of his daughter's lies. At that time, Henry's parents explained to him about me and informed me that the president wanted to apologize to me as well. I heard that the woman had been properly punished, so I politely declined an apology from the president, saying that was enough. Nevertheless, the president apologized and gave me $100,000, hoping that I would accept it as a consolation payment. The atmosphere was such that he was not likely to leave until I received the money, and since I had joined his company under other circumstances, I gratefully accepted. I was thinking of changing jobs and moving at this time, so it was honestly helpful to have a sum of money available. Moving out can be a change of scenery, but another reason is also because the guy whom I've been dating for 10 years cheated on me and called off the wedding. So word spread within my former company and among acquaintances. No one was being mean, but it was a bit stressful because I often had to be careful around people. I found a new job at the new location, and I'm living a fulfilling life. I was quite shocked that Henry had betrayed me, and I had no desire to have a boyfriend at all for a while. Recently, however, I became interested in someone in the company. I thought that I could no longer trust people, but I have someone who cares about me, so I felt that I could finally move on. I'm also trying to be a little more positive about my love life.